at your local bookstore trying to blow people to meet famous people. So it doesn't work well. Bookstores aren't a thing. Remember the internet? Alright, we're going to keep it rolling. Get your next comic up. She's going to be at the 1 a.m. show in Atlanta at the Village Theater tonight. You're a warm-up. How does that make you feel as an audience? You are a stretch for her. Coming to the stage, Elizabeth Beck.
You guys, it may have rained outside today, but I think I'm calling tomorrow's forecast sunny with a 100% chance of friendship. Alright, so, Cherith, you really inspired me to continue talking about Valentine's Day, the most erotic day of the year, as we all know. Not for me. I am romantically autistic. I understand nothing. When I was in the 9th grade, I dated a guy who I realized when he broke up with me, I realized I'd been dating him. I called him, and about an hour into the conversation, he said, we gotta break up. I gained and lost a boyfriend in the same sentence, which is some kind of postmodern artistry. I was too impressed to be totally pissed, and so I said, well, why? Did I do something? And he said, no, my mom wants me to break up with you. So your mom knew we were dating, but I didn't. Finesse. I'm just gonna go play 4th grade Jumpstart until this doesn't hurt anymore. Because this is awful. Then a month later, I dated another gentleman. And as I got off the school bus and was walking down my driveway, he called me and said, hey, can you get on AIM? Which, for those of you who don't remember it, is AOL Instant Messenger. Screen name Hot Booty Baby 420. And so I get on AIM, and I wait for my buddy list to load, and he messages me and says, we need to break up. Are you really breaking up with me in lime green size 18 chiller font? I'm gonna go play 5th grade Jumpstart until this doesn't hurt anymore. This is the absolute worst. But I understand nothing. You know, I have it's like the opposite of Freudian slips, where like you're trying to make erotic subtext happen and it doesn't. But I'll accidentally mentally insert it where there's no way it could happen. I was trying my lovely roommate who is here tonight she threw me a surprise birthday party on Valentine's Day. And it was very erotic, thank you. And we were at Mystery Cup. We were at Roussan's for this thing, and there's this little fake tree in the corner right when you walk in. And usually there isn't one of these, but there was an 8-year-old girl standing next to the tree, who I assumed was I didn't know if her parents had just left her, so I wanted to say something comforting, but because she was standing in a corner, there was no way I could approach her without feeling like a pedophile. Like in my mind, no matter how comforting I was going to try to be, it would just play out like this. Oh, hey, what's up? What's up? You lost? Waiting for your parents? That's cool. What's your name? Lucy? I'm Mr. Tumnus. You just come to that wardrobe. That's really cool. And then I finally must have the courage to say, hey, are you waiting for your parents? She says, yes. And I walk away just as her parents come up, like, I was just talking to asking if that tree was okay. I wasn't talking to your daughter. Don't look at me. It's my birthday. It's my birthday, okay? Not comforting. But not understanding things is, I don't have any science or citation needed to back this up. But I think it's a heritable trait, not understanding things, and I definitely got it from my dad. When I was about 8 years old, before cell phones were a thing, my mom and I dropped my dad off at Bass Pro Shop, and we were on our way to pick him back up. We were about 2 miles away from it, and we saw him walking down the side of the road. That's not Bass Pro Shop. That's the sidewalk, dum-dum. What are you doing? And so my mom is like, Philip, what are you doing? Somebody called in a bomb threat to the Bass Pro Shop, so I had to leave. It's like, seriously, I'm just gonna walk down the sidewalk and use my dad's sonar to get the mom to know where I'm at. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. My sister got in a really awful car wreck back in December, and it busted up her laptop. So I was at dinner with my parents talking about this ordeal. And at one point, my mom was talking about, like, oh, yeah, Meredith really needs a place to store her music. And I was like, well, she should check out Google Play, because you can store, like, 20,000 songs for free on that. And my dad just goes, there are that many songs in the world? I mean, there can't be more than 10,000. You only need 10. I mean, Happy Birthday, Amazing Grace, More Than a Feeling, and then he named 7 more songs by Boston. So I know what I'm getting my dad for Father's Day, the iPod Decca. What was that, 10,000 gigs? 10 songs, half of Boston's greatest hits. Happy Father's Day. That'll be even better than the year my sister got him Trapped in the Closet, chapters 1 through 12 on DVD, which she immediately gave to me, because I need it. It's useful for me. I have another dad story for you, of course. Oh goodness. When I was in, whenever they were still doing show and tell, which I guess, probably ended in 3rd grade, my dad has a chunk of the Berlin Wall. So I was like, hey, can I take that to show and tell? That'd be super cool. Like, that's an IRL artifact. That's pretty sweet. And what I didn't know at the time was that he'd given me a styrofoam rock. So not even a rock, just a collapsible foam rock. And I took it to school, and I'm like, this is a chunk of the Berlin Wall. Hitler made there was a wall that separated East and West Germany of Berlin. It was like a butt crack, like right down the middle, like the butt crack of Germany. And when you just show until you pass your artifacts around, of course. And one kid, he's called the bluff that I don't even know that I'm making, and he's holding it, and he gives me the Aphex Twin look. And I'm like, why would you look at me like that? I hate you. Stop that, Terry. Ugh. And then once he knows that he's made eye contact with me, he squeezes it and crushes it. And in my mind, I was like, he just altered the molecular form of my rock with his mind. I'm next. He's gonna crush my whole family. It's gonna be the worst. And so, I get the rock back, obviously. I didn't let Terry keep it. That's my rock, my fake rock. And so I took it home, and I'm like, on the bus, I'm like, I've been duped. And so I got downstairs when my dad is working, and I'm like, hey, what's the deal with this fake rock? And he's like, oh. And he opens his desk drawer and pulls out the real chunk of the real Berlin Wall. I'm like, was this a test to see if I would lose the artifact at school? Because now nobody believes me. Now I'm like the girl who cried rock. I took it to school the next day, and I was like, hey guys, it's the real thing. I'm like, you got it from the construction site. Don't even talk to us. You can't sit with us at lunch. You're the worst. You're a liar. We hate you. My life is just like all those sad sequences of Pawn Stars where they find out their stuff isn't real. It's like, this is my mint-condition Beanie Baby. It's like, this is not a real Beanie Baby, and the tag is broken. Please escort yourself out. My dad also did this really cute thing where I've loved comedy since I was little. My parents raised me on Kids of the Hall and Saturday Night Live, and I asked my dad one time because I was getting really tired of only watching Conehead's Dumb and Dumber and Mrs. Doubtfire on a constant rotation. That was before I went through my phase called How Many Times Can I Watch the Sound of Music in a Single Year? The answer is not very many. It gets old real fast. And I asked him, I was like, Dad, what's the funniest movie you've ever seen? And he looks really genuinely pensive for a minute. He's like, Platoon. And I'm like, war comedies, that's a thing. They do those, right? That's a thing. That's rarely a thing, which I didn't know. So I went to Kroger with my 12-year-old self and my $8 and picked it up from the rotating DVD canister and watch it. And after about 2 hours, just deduce I'm a broken person. I didn't laugh a single time. Something in me is defective. And at dinner, I told my dad this, and he just played it off like, oh, not everyone gets it. Not for everyone. All right, that's my time. I love you guys. Have a great weekend.